What's so interesting about Ghost Adventures is it's so funny.
Calls me daddy.
So funny and so stupid on the face of it, but it takes everything super, super seriously. Every investigation is the most important investigation they've ever done.
This is an absolutely historic investigation.
It's so goofy and ridiculous, and the acting is horrible.
Oh my gosh.
This is remarkable.
And the show is obviously fake. There's no actual ghost investigation. It's all post-production and hearing something and nothing. So I think it's very interesting, and they never break. That's what I really like about it. I like when media is really bad, but it doesn't know it's bad. There's a difference between Deandra and like Sharknado. One is clearly better than the other. One is art and one is trash. With Ghost Adventures, it's kind of like that. It's really funny. It's really bad. I don't know if it knows it. I want to focus on specifically the first episode of season 29, which is the only episode on HBO Max so far.
We are going to investigate the Poltergeist House.
It kind of has everything that you want in a Ghost Adventures episode. Everyone's on their A game. Zach Baggins seems so excited. It seems like he really had this connection as a child of this horror movie.
I would do anything to investigate that house.
Everything behind the scenes seems to go wrong. Obviously, in the investigation, they find a bunch of ghost activity like they always do. They're like, this is the most successful investigation.
The scientific evidence that we documented, the EMF readings.
We didn't know we would find anything, but turns out this was the most greatest ghost activity we've seen in years, forever.
We went into this investigation very skeptical. I don't think any of us expected the sensation that we felt when we walked inside.
And they say that every episode, of course. There's so many things that go wrong. They couldn't get anyone from Poltergeist.
We flew in somebody that was very important.
Like, we got someone that was on set of Poltergeist 2.
Now, you worked on Poltergeist 2.
2.
Right.
And she was the psychic advisor.
The psychic advisor.
Really? Wow.
Already someone who wasn't really a part of the cast or crew and was on the second Poltergeist movie, which I didn't even know existed. I think Zach Baggins is surprised at this woman. She is like, I hear voices and ghosts are everywhere, which is, I'm not gonna be mean to this lady that, hears voices or whatever, but Zach is like, looks at her like she's crazy. He's like, you hear this right now?
You're detecting a spirit in the doll?
Yes! Are you really bad?
She's like, yeah, I hear voices now. Like, I'm hearing like the spirits are here already. And he's like, what? It's like Nathan Fielder when the guy says he drinks his son's piss.
I don't understand.
So they can't get someone from the original Poltergeist. They pretend that they brought in like the director of Poltergeist.
Very important during the production.
But they brought in like the psychic advisor of Poltergeist 2, which is very funny. They want to make it seem like the production was cursed, like everything went wrong in the production. But their evidence is showing this animated timeline of all the people that died in the production. Of course, this production was like in the, I think it was like early 80s or late 70s. And he just kind of is like, oh, someone died of leukemia in 2009.
2009. Actor Lou Perryman is murdered with an axe.
He starts jumping by years. Like at first it's like, oh, the DP died a year later. Like maybe that's a little scary. But there's no proof of the curse, so it's just like he has to just point out that someone on the crew died in 2009.
Poltergeist 2 director Brian Gibson dies at age 59.
As if that wasn't the only thing these people did. They lived full lives. The curse came to them really late if they were cursed. They just lived a full life and died of old age. And it's so interesting to kind of show it as a curse because I'm watching it and I'm like, I don't believe that it's cursed. You're showing me these people that just died because it's an old movie and all these people are old and they just died when they died, maybe a little early, but it's not like everyone died right after the movie. So I'm just watching. I'm like, do they think is anyone buying this or are they laughing because it's really funny. It's such a failure to convince someone that it's cursed. And then there's the other thing where they're like, actually, the real property is built on indigenous land.
Where the film was shot is actually built on Chumash land.
Yeah, every property is built on indigenous land. It's actually it was land of the Chumash people.
Some believe this caused a curse.
And they bring in two Chumash people.
Thank you both so much for coming here.
And first of all, they bring in two Chumash people, then they bring in a historian.
Chumash and Tataviam tribes have been here for such a long period of time.
And the historian just talks over the Chumash people. Like, the Chumash people, they nod their heads, or they like have to butt in to like speak over the historian and Zach.
We're still here.
Yes.
Yes.
We're still
I like
here.
to say that too. Sorry.
Throughout time,
Like, the historian is like, see, the Chumash people, they've lived here for centuries. They have customs and traditions. While the Chumash people are behind this white lady historian. Like, wouldn't we want to hear it from the Chumash people? And the only reason Zach Baggins brings on the Chumash people is to just be like, do you think it's possible that there's a curse? The lady is like, yeah, probably.
It could.
The lady isn't even like, for sure, like, we curse people. There's like, it's quite possible.
It could.
It could happen. I mean, that's not scary. That's just really sad that these people have been wronged so much that if a curse is ever real, then it's real in this case. She wasn't even like saying that it's the case. It was very unconvincing. And Zach is like, whoa, the people. They're so scary. There's a curse.
Did the film crew unknowingly disturb a sacred burial when digging the pool?
They've cursed this property. These scary indigenous people. It's very funny. So all of these seem like they're not convincing. Bringing on the psychic advisors from Poltergeist 2.
Two.
Right.
Going through the timeline of just people that died of old age.
Dies at age 59 of bone cancer.
And then bringing on Chumash people, really twisting their arm to get them to say it could be cursed.
It could.
So that's kind of like that's like what happens before the investigation. Zach is kind of like the head. It's a very hierarchical little group of ghost investigators. He's the head. He talks. The other guy, the other two, there's like four people or something. A lot of them looks very similar. They're all kind of like schlubby white guys, and they all act the same. They all act like they're in a Coco Melon children's show, because they're all like, what? Ghosts? Especially Aaron. I love Aaron. He is so funny.
You all right, Aaron?
Aaron, his role in the investigation is to pretend like he's never been alive before.
Aaron quickly walks away from us.
I just ran over here and I wasn't really thinking about it. And then
why did you just take off?
I don't know.
Aaron is like shocked that anything happens ever.
So I just put a mitt in my mouth. When that started flatlining, all I could taste was dirt.
I don't even think he has a home, because if he was home, he would hear creaks and he would be like, did you hear that? Aaron is so funny. I wish he was the investigator, although I love Zach too, because he's just so arrogant. So Zach is kind of the one that talks and kind of asks them questions, interrogating them about ghosting to kind of the audience getting the information through them.
There's something called ITC. Billy talked to me about what ITC is. The plot of the film is what? Based on a house.
But they don't do much. They don't say much, and they all defer to Zach. It's so interesting to see like the power dynamics active within this little ghost group. So the investigation kind of consists of nothing happening.
This strange, misty anomaly.
Nothing happens in the investigation. They're just kind of fuck around and turn on the little ghost box. Every once in a while, there'll just be like an incoherent sound, and they'll be like, "Did it just say this?" And then, of course, they do the audio and they'll have the subtitle so that the audience will look at the subtitle. They'll just associate this sound with the word. But if you listen to it without the word, you would not know what it said.
Die?
But the reactions are so funny and they're so overplayed. It's supposed to be ghosts and supposed to be scary, and like all of these people are adults and they're supposed to act like adults, but they act fully like children. If I was investigating ghosts, I would not act like this. I would like try and keep my composure and get the truth out. And they see nothing. The most activity that happens is a doll falls off a shelf, and the doll falls off a shelf in such a string attached to the doll kind of way. It's not scary at all. They bring like the homeowner that's already like primed to say everything is ghost activity. And the homeowner's like, it looks like it was dragged.
It came down,
Right.
almost as if it were dragged.
Right.
It does not look like it was dragged. It looks like it was kind of like scooched with the string, and it kind of hits the side of the shelf and just falls.
Did you just see that? What the?
The thing is, it's such a failure at convincing the audience that there are ghosts. It's so funny to contrast it with how they react. Like nothing happens and they react like they've seen a ghost. There's a lens flare and they're like, this is ghosts. The ghosts are real. It's evidence that they're ghosts now. Like ghosts exist now. That's completely any Abrahamic religion, any religion that does completely false. We've just disproved many religions. There are ghosts, and when your family members die, they don't go to heaven. My favorite part of the investigation is when they think they hear a little girl's voice say "Daddy."
Daddy?
And then they just scream it.
Daddy?
And it's so funny. And then they replay the scream.
And the little girl comes back and calls me daddy.
We're getting. Daddy?
It's so funny when they say
Daddy?
It's just a funny word for grown men to be saying in this context. They also just say hello a lot too. When they hear someone say hello, hello, hello. It's ridiculous. And I know nothing happens in the investigation, but it's really funny. It's not boring at all. The way they act is what makes the show. It's not the ghosts, because there are no ghosts. And they also don't try very hard to convince you that there are ghosts. They really don't try very hard. The biggest thing they did was tie a rope to a doll and pull it down. So they're not trying very hard in staging, which they could. But what makes the show is not any of that. And I think if they tried really hard, it wouldn't get to the essence of the show, which is that it's the reactions and it's themselves as characters are so interesting. The whole fact of, are they serious? Is this an inside joke that I'm watching? And they don't really break. They break sometimes. When Zach Baggins is talking to the psychic, it seems like he breaks. Like he's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I just heard that.
You just heard that?
I just heard the voice say to me, I'm living in here.
There's also a scene during the investigation where he's like putting the ghost box up to the static television. Nothing happens, but they insert like a loud noise or something. And Zach Baggins gets like pushed. He pretends like he's getting like thrown off the TV. And he starts like kicking. And with the kicking, there's audio sound effects in post-production going like boom, boom, boom. And he's kicking like he's like kicking back a ghost like as a joke. And I'm like, did he break character there? Because that's such a, he wasn't being serious. It can't be serious. I'm not sure what else to say about this episode. It seems like every episode is a banger. And it's season 29. I think they're coming out with season 30, which I'm excited for. I need them to drop all the previous seasons so I can binge. That's it. That's all I have to say.